parents divorced, she moved to Rialto. As a junior at Eisenhower High School, she was an excellent student and an overachiever. She was on the honor roll during all of her years here at Eisenhower. Also, she was in her third year with FBLA. As co-president of the Eisenhower chapter of FBLA, she dedicated much of her time into it. Charlene enjoyed helping others and participating in community service.
I need you to calm down. Oh, hi, ma'am. I need you to calm down. We have officers on the way to Lilac right now, okay? We need to go fast. Hurry up. I think we're all there.
Partial protection. Go ahead and notify
You okay back there? Do you know where you guys were at? You know where you're at? You know where you were going? Okay, are you licensed to drive? Well, okay, do that later. What you got? That good? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? All right, you can. There you go, okay. What's your birthday, Mr. Rankin? And do you know where you're at? Take that. Get a second blanket.
One more to cut behind you.
All the while looking for the toe. Imagine a straight line, okay? Okay? Go and begin. Step down out. Step out. Lung with air, lift up like a straw and blow as hard as you can like this until I tell you to stop. Okay, do you understand? Ready? Take a deep breath. Blow. Blow, 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 blow. Good job. And the neck back. And open. Yes, please. Is Luther's car? Hey, Luther, is this your car right here? Is this your car? You're 17 and you're wondering why your parents, right? Get in the car and you... You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to an attorney before and during questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you by the court free of charge for questioning. You understand the rights I've just explained to you, yes or no? Yes? With these rights in mind, are you going to talk to me, yes or no? Okay, when we get back to the station, we'll talk about what's going on, okay? Okay, but this is all the tragedy. Let's do this. Yeah. balanced them out. He threw in a PAS device, which is an alcohol device for the test blood alcohol. He came back with 0.12, which is way over the 0.0 at the legal limit, and at 17 years old, he should be 0.0. So he's under arrest right now for DUI. I believe he has some marijuana on board also. You should know about that if you're and right now, we're also the governor's right there in the car. He's also under arrest for felony sex with vehicular manslaughter.
A trauma activation inbound with Mercy Air, a 17-year-old female, head-on collision with abdominal trauma, Glasgow Coma Scale 3. This is the trauma activation.
Oh, this young man is usually arrested DUI in relation to the fatal offense.
Patient's non-responsive.
Faces from check your airway.
Got T-Trees breast sounds on the right.
Alright, break the ankle back out. Start something here, set up the
And spell your last name for me. And spell your first name for me.
Pupil on the right is 5 millimeters, fixed non-reactive. We've got multiple lacerations to the head. We've got compression on the rear occiput.
You have an IV over there? In the belly, she's bleeding internally.
We have growth.
She has blood. She's bleeding internally. How's that chest tube?
She needs to realize, as when we were in there before, she's got the breathing tube in. She's being kept alive on the respirator. They have a chest tube in her chest. She had severe internal injuries, and I don't expect that she's going to survive much longer. And she has bleeding all throughout the brain.
I'm losing radial pulses.
Let's go ahead and give me some more activity. 0.5 IV.
Heart rate at 34.
Okay, atropine.
Pulses. I got weak carotid pulses.
Activates at V4 fib, guys. Set up the defibrillator.
Let's get pressure.
Go ahead and start CPR.
Okay.
Let's get the shock.
Get the crash cart, set up the shock at 360. Guys ready?
Clear.
Everybody
Hold
clear.
compressions.
Everybody clear.
Clear.
Go ahead. Ready to start. Back.
Continue.
Resume CPR. There's still VFib on the monitor. Let's go ahead and give some epi. 1 to 10,000. 1 milligram IV push.
Okay. Epi going in. 1 to 10,000. Oh, she's gonna be giving on.
Okay. Charge. Shocker again.
Charging 360. Shock. Pulse. Very, very slow still.
I have no radial.
No pulse.
No
I have no
radio.
pulses
You feel
down
the pulse?
here. Nope, no
No
radio.
pulse.
Okay, continue chest
Patient's
compression.
asystole.
She's asystole.
Her heart stopped beating and she's not responding at all.
Su corazón no está funcionando ahorita. Ella no está respondiendo.
Let's just go ahead and call it.
Vamos a parar
11:06.
ahorita ya
Time of
todo.
death,
A las
11:06.
11:06. Sentimos mucho lo que ha pasado, señora. Ella ha descansado, su corazón paró.
Now, in this case, as I indicated, Mr. Wembes is represented by Mr. Sohn. As you may have noticed, I ordered the defendant taken into custody and placed in the box. And the reason I did that is because this is a serious offense, and I'm going to have first the defense attorney waive arraignment for sentencing.
So
Any legal cause why judgment should not be pronounced.
no, sir.
I'm going to make the following findings. I'll find that the defendant does not have the present ability to reimburse the county for the cost of court-appointed counsel fees nor for the cost of any pre-sentence investigation. However, I will order his driving privilege be revoked. I'm going to impose a restitution fine amount of $500 and an additional restitution fine amount of $500, which will be stayed pending the successful completion of parole. I'll order that he provide samples of blood, saliva, palm prints, and fingerprints pursuant to PC 296. That'll be provided either to the Sheriff's Department while he's in temporary custody or to the Department of Corrections. He'll be sentenced to the California State Prison on count 1 for the aggravated term of 10 years, count 2, 1/3 of the midterm of 2 years consecutive, and he'll be given whatever credits he has been or he has earned while in custody. I'll reserve any issue of actual restitution. Anything further?
No, sir.
You're remanded to the custody of the sheriff for delivery to the Department of Corrections. Complete your term.
Amazing grace, how sweet. this time I'd like to introduce to you all your principal, Reginald Tompkins.
I want to congratulate you guys as a junior and senior class for an excellent school year this year. We've had a chance to experience some pretty neat things this year that will just come around just so often. Not things that will happen every year at every school. We've been very fortunate to have some of these happen on our campus. When I was asked about every 15 minutes, the program, I had some experience with it from King High School out in Riverside, where I was assistant principal. It was one of the most powerful and touching experiences that I'd ever been a part of. It was absolutely incredible. Too often in our lives we make decisions that we think are only going to affect us. And what we don't understand is sometimes those decisions devastate lives around us. Absolutely devastating for the folks around us that love us and care about us and want the best for us. That's why it's very important you pay close attention to this program today. This is real life, this is reality. This is what many of you have gone through in your lives. I've been very fortunate. I haven't experienced it as much as others out there in this audience. So what I want for you guys today is to understand that each and every one of you guys is precious to me, you're precious to somebody in your life. It hurts when folks around you hurt. So I want every single one of you to take this very serious. There's a purpose behind why we allow this program on our campus. And we hope to see it rotate to other schools in our district so other students in our district can get this message. Our superintendent, Ms. Herring, does not like to go on the funerals of students from Rialto Unified School District. That's not something that she looks forward to. And that's one of the reasons she supports this program, because it has a very important message for all of you. You are all incredibly precious to me, and I try to prove that to you every single day what we try to do for you on this campus. Everything that I do and every decision I make is based on, is it good for our students? Is it going to be beneficial? So let's pay attention today, and let's make sure we get the message that's been sent, that every decision you make, split second, it only takes a split second for your entire life to change. So let's be conscientious of the decisions we make and enjoy life and be safe and use our common sense. Thank you.
Thank you, Reggie. We've got an exciting program for you that ASB kids are putting on. Before we do that, I'd like to make a few introductions. As already mentioned, your superintendent, Edna Herring. Rialto Fire Chief, Steve Wells. And of course, my boss, Police Chief Mark Klain. We have a gentleman here, Mr. Steve Farrell, that I'd like to introduce. He's going to come up and share a few moments about his experience. Some of you may know him as your ring and your cap and gown guy. Many of you have seen him on campus at this time. Mr. Farrell.
Thank you. I'm not a big public speaker. I speak all the time, and it does bother me. Today is tough for me because the last time I had to speak about this topic was about 2 months ago, where the young man that affected my family, I spoke at the sentencing hearing, where he was sentenced to prison for 6 years. He can't get out for less than 5. 4 felonies. 4 felonies stay in prison. And I was the one that, for my family, I had to speak. And it tears me up. You can't see it, but I got goosebumps. I'm nervous. This has been going for years, and this is tears me up, because this is real life. And I'll tell you a little story about what happened to me, but more importantly, what happened to an entire community. Super Bowl Sunday 2 years ago. Everybody thinks it's fun and joyous. And we had a party for all the community kids, a non-alcoholic super party for everybody, that I ran for about 100 people. Kind of bizarre how this happened. I stayed to take everything apart, and my daughter, who was 12 years old at the time, her best friend, 12 years old, and my wife were driving home from the party. My daughter's best friend was going to spend the night at our house. They were so excited they would go spend the night after Super Bowl. They said, "Can we do it again?" I said, "Sure, come on." So they left about a half hour, 45 minutes before me, and I decided to drive home. And I was coming home, and as I'm coming around the corner to our street, I looked, and I see police and fire start to roll heavily in my neighborhood. And I looked and I see this car that looked a little like mine smashed against the wall. And I said, "You can't, you look at it, you don't believe the shoe, it can't have anything to do with you." So I just drove into my driveway, and the car wasn't there, and I went, "Oh, son of a gun." I said other things, but I was terrified. And I just parked my car and ran the 2 blocks up there, and I realized it was my family, and I couldn't even recognize our car. And they were driving an SUV that had been thrown 45 feet in the air against the wall. And I couldn't figure out what was going on because I was in a daze, and my neighbors came up and they were trying to keep me back from the accident. And I walked up to the car, and the little girl, my daughter's best friend, who I've known forever, Christina Rice, was staring, looking at me with her head back, just looking at me like this. And I couldn't figure out what was going on because you're engaged, you don't know what it does to you. And on the back seat, my 12-year-old, my precious, my youngest, Megan was laying on the back seat, not moving. Just her legs were kind of moving a little. And the fire paramedics had just gotten there, and they were doing triage, and they saw I got there, and they pulled my wife out of the car without neck braces on. And I'm smart enough to know that's not a good thing. And I was walking around trying to figure what's going on, and I hear them yelling, multiple fatalities, multiple fatalities. Well, the only people that look like they're fatal, that are dead, are my family. And I walk around, and as my wife was pulled out of the car, her leg moved. She went like this. And I pointed out the paramedics, and they said, "What?" And I said, "Yeah, her leg moved." So 4 or 5 paramedics jumped on her, put her in the back of the car, and took her to a trauma center. They put my daughter, neck braced her, and took her to the second trauma center. And I asked about the little girl, and they just said, "There's nothing." This is a 12-year-old girl, one of the most sweet, beautiful, lovely girls you've ever met in your life. 12 years old. It killed me, basically snapped her neck. Just like that, her life was over. Her life was over. And I'm here looking at my wife being taken to the hospital. She has no pulse, no respiration. You know what that is? The paramedics are going crazy. And my friends, my daughter comes over the road with my older daughter, with my younger daughter, to the trauma center. We got there. I gave the name of the little girl that had been killed and her phone number to the paramedics. But they lost her. So we got to the hospital, and when I got there, the coroner was there. You know who the coroner is? He's the guy that takes care of people, takes care of death. He was there putting my wife's possessions in a red bag and stripes on it. They had a beef counsel chair for me because they believed my wife was dead. And they came out and told us it's not going to happen. They said her liver's under a rib cage, her ribs are broken, her spleen sheared in half, her diaphragm sheared in half. We can't stop the bleeding. And I sat there going, all we did was everybody, we knew 20 friends and family in each hospital were praying, doing everything they could to try and get through this. Not knowing that my daughter was also going to get a trauma center. And they're telling me that she has a broken C1. And if you know what C1, that's what you were shooting at and he was paralyzed. They thought she broke her C1. And we're sitting there for 5 hours. And there were miracles in life. We went to the best trauma center in the world. And they tried the experimental drug on my wife after 5 hours and 18 pints of blood stopped bleeding. And we're able to, they cut her open, put her back together. They couldn't close her up for 4 days. And we go in and she had no knowledge, she was in a coma. and my daughter broke her hips, her pelvis, her skull, her right arm was ripped out of her shoulder. At 12 years old, ripped out of her shoulder. Today she's a volleyball player at high school, but she'll look at watch this, and the whole arm comes out of the shoulder, you can feel the top of the shoulder joint. This shouldn't happen to any 14-year-old or 12-year-old girl. And let me tell you some things that parents should never have to see and you never want to see. I got a call at 6 o'clock the next morning. I was in intensive care in the hospital trying to figure out what was going on. And a phone call came in, and I didn't know their number. And it was Christine Rice, the little girl's father, asked me what their daughter looked like in the car. What did my daughter look like? Was she disfigured? They hadn't seen her. And I had to tell them that their daughter was beautiful. It had happened instantly. And it told me, how do you tell a parent that their child, what she looked like dead in the car? 2 minutes later, the stepfather called, and I had to do the same thing. Then, the worst thing a parent should ever have to do. I'm in the hospital, knowing my wife is untouchable for the next week. I'm at the hospital with my daughter, and it was my job to go tell her that her 12-year-old friend had died. She didn't know. And so you have to sit and tell somebody you love that they're best friend, and she blames herself for the death because she sat in the back seat instead of the front seat. And you know, it's tragic. They killed part of my daughter, they killed part of my wife. And the young new hitter had just graduated from high school. They were doing 70 and 35, 0.12 blood alcohol. They'd been partying at a house. They'd been hotboxing for the last hour and a half before that. And they're on the way to a run. You guys all know what run is. They were going to steal liquor from the liquor store. And they were hauling around the corner. And they killed my wife. I killed my for a while. They declared her dead. They immediately killed a little girl and took people's lives. 3 young men. The driver of the car thought he could get off because he was a college student and a star athlete. He's in state prison for 6 years. Hardcore state prison, 6 years. He's got to see at least 5. You know what? His life is ruined. His family's life is ruined. His friends' lives are ruined. The Christine Rice family will never be the same. The mother, the father, the brother, they're destroyed. My daughter forced herself to get out of the hospital with neck braces and in a wheelchair to go to the funeral of her best friend. It was one of the most horrible experiences you're ever going to see. And it was all because young people made poor choices and drank at a party. Don't affect everybody in your life. It can't happen to you. This can't happen to you. This is not your life. And I pray every day for paramedics to save all of those people's lives because they were amazing. They saved people's lives. Without the paramedics and fire and the medical and the police, I would have lost my wife and my daughter. And I thank God every day for that. And I pray also every day, pray that I talk just one time to any of you to say, you know, you can't. Don't drink. Don't be stupid. Because if you think it can't happen to you, well, darn it can. It can happen to any one of you, your families, to your friends. It can happen to you. Don't be stupid. Don't be an idiot. Don't take that drink. And if you're stupid enough to drink, get a cab or have somebody that has a drink drive for you because you'll kill families, you'll destroy relationships, you'll destroy more people than you can imagine. And I pray that at any time in your life, if you think about it, don't go to a real one of these, don't go to a real funeral until you see entire families weeping for their 12-year-old in tears, or how it affects my daughter, my wife forever, and their family forever. I'll never forget seeing that little girl's face. Every day I see her face. Christina Rice will always be in my memory. The most cute, 12-year-old, wonderful, intelligent girls that only loved the fact that one day she wanted to work on a preserve in Africa taking care of gorillas, because that was her goal in life. She thought that taking care of family, friends, and people in the world was her goal. And she was taken from us by a 19-year-old, 3 19-year-old kids that thought that hotboxing, drinking, stealing from liquor stores, and hauling mud was more important than having a little common sense. Please have common sense. Don't be stupid. We want you to be at your graduation. We want you to be there 30 years from now watching other people graduate. I don't want to see you going off to state prison for a stupid mistake. And believe me, 6 years state prison is an ugly, terrible thing. And maybe that doesn't sound like a lot, but I wouldn't want to be that young man for the next 6 years in state prison. Do your best. Please take something home from this and don't make these mistakes. Thank you.
Marisol.
To start off, I want to say to my family, friends, and teachers that I love them very much, and I'm sorry if I haven't said that enough. Yesterday, I was a victim of an alcohol-related accident. I was a driver of one of the vehicles and severely injured. It all started when the 911 call was made through the intercom by Shay. Once I heard the call, my heart was beating so fast that I started to cry. From that point on, everything became so realistic. The officers came to me immediately. The car was cut open in order to get me off. When the officer put the tarp over my body to cover me from the glass, it was very scary. I heard loud thumps and felt glass all over my body. As soon as the firefighters pulled me out, I felt a million hands all over my body. As I was laying there, I heard people in the crowd yell my name out. At that moment, I wanted to cry, and I wanted to yell at the top of my lungs that I wasn't dead and I wasn't injured. I was taken by the helicopter, and I was literally scared. The crew, as soon as I got to the hospital, were running many tests on me. I thought for a second they really thought I was in a real accident and they were going to really perform surgery on me. My mom came in the room just when the doctor was ready to pronounce me dead. My eyes were shut, but I could feel my mom's touch all over my arm. She was crying hysterically. At that moment, I knew that never in my life did I want my mom to feel the pain she felt. All she kept doing was touching my arm and crying. The doctor said I had no hope, and then I was dead. From one moment to the other, my life was taken from me. The sheets were pulled over my face. I know I was really alive, but I felt dead. I was going through a big emotional pain in knowing that my loved ones were crying for me. I got a glimpse of what real victims go through. Every 15 minutes, a person is in an accident, an alcohol-related accident. My life flashed before my eyes. This was no joke. Tears and pains shouldn't happen because of irresponsible people who consume alcohol and decide to drive. Innocents pay a big price for others' irrevocable actions. I know that I will make the right choice in not drinking and driving or getting in a car with somebody who's been drinking. But the question is, will you? Standing before you, when we were watching the video, the every 15 minutes video, I was a person in the video. I was the victim. And I didn't get to see what was going on with the audience or anybody around me. I was sitting next to my mom, and just watching the video made me cry. Some of you guys think it's a joke, and it's not. It's serious. If you were really in there, if you knew the people, it's very emotional. So just think about it twice before you drink and drive or get in a car with somebody who drinks and drives. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Charlene, and I'm here to share with you my Every 15 Minutes program experience. Being in the Every 15 Minutes program was a great privilege to me, and I was actually in the accident too, and I think being part of the accident and actually being one of the watchers had a whole different effect on an individual. For example, for me, I was focused on how I was going to act as being part of the accident. But when I got out of the ambulance, it amazed me when I noticed how many people it actually impacted. And I'm truly grateful for everyone who worked so hard to put this program together. And I also want everyone to know that just one person can make a huge difference. For instance, in the car accident yesterday, by one person making a silly mistake by drinking and getting behind a wheel, he became responsible for 2 deaths and many injuries, along with having to pay an awful consequence. So by the end of this assembly, if just one person decides to never drink and drive, then I think we all did our job.
The Madrigals.
525,600 minutes, 525,000 moments so dear, 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year? In daylights, in sunsets, in midnights, in cups of coffee, in inches, in miles, in laughter, in stride. 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year in the life? How about love? How about love? How about love? Measuring love. Seasons of love. Seasons of $525,600 minutes. How
Mommy, I never wanted this day to come, but today I had to deal with leaving you. I was killed in a drunk driving accident in front of my school this morning. I died immediately and was never given a chance to tell you goodbye. There are so many things I can say to you, but what do they matter now? Besides the fact that I loved you more than life itself, you are my world. I hope you knew that. No one was a better mom, a better person, or a better friend. You inspire me to be who I am. If it makes you smile, then I know it was the right choice. I can always remember you being my mom and my dad. I know that we didn't always have an open relationship, but I'm glad that we finally developed a good one. I'm sorry I left you alone now. I know you sometimes doubt the remarks that I make, but trust me when I say that I never lied when I told you how much I loved you. I did tell you one lie, however, and I do have a small confession. You're the reason I decided to stay home instead of going far away to college. I chose to stay home because I knew I would still be close to you. And regardless to what anyone says about how important it is to become quote-unquote independent, they don't understand. They don't have someone as beautiful as my mom. I wanted to apologize for all the times that I've ever lied or argued with you and even made you cry. Because honestly, nothing hurts more than to see the tears roll down your face, no matter how angry I might seem. You don't know what I would do to be back at home right now, washing the dishes that you'd always have to remind me to do, to clean the mess that stayed in my room, and to finally clean my closet like you'd been nagging me to do. I'm sorry, Mommy. I'm really sorry. I left my best friend. I hope that people can learn from my experience, though, that they can cherish the treasures in front of them and not end with regrets, that they understand that every choice that they make can have lasting effects on the lives of others. Amusement is fun and all, but naivety is ignorant. Choices have results, and hopefully they end in results and not consequences like mine. I love you, Mommy. I love your baby girl, Brianna.
Shake your hand.
Mommy, today my life was taken as I was a victim of a drunk driving accident. And not only was I a victim of the accident, but I was a victim of peer pressure. And now that I am gone, I now understood what people meant when they were telling me life was short and to live every day as if it was your last, because at any given moment, life can end. They were right. Mine ended. I didn't realize what I'd be losing when I chose to get in the car with a friend who had been drinking. I'm sorry that you won't get to see me graduate and go off to UCLA in the fall. I know I would have made you proud. You never got to see your finished product, and I had so much more to learn and so many more years to live. And aside from this mistake, you raised a wonderful daughter. I appreciate how you raised me, and I guess it's called tough love. Well, that's what worked for me. And I'm sorry that I won't be around to help raise Anaya. Anaya, I'm sorry for all the times I messed with you and called you ugly, but I really did love you, and I hope to become a role model for you. But Mommy, I wasn't very considerate, and I didn't stop to think how you would feel and how you would react to knowing that your daughter made a terrible mistake, one that claimed her life. You are the best mom ever, and I wish I could hear you yelling at me and telling me to take out the trash just one more time. I miss those days. And I know you're wondering why I haven't told you I love you. Well, I couldn't bring myself to say it because it wouldn't make a difference now that I'm gone. But I do love you. I love you more than life itself, and I hope you always knew that. And today I lost more than just a mom. I lost my best friend. Love, Shay.
This time I went to PM on the radio station on the Rialto.
Death of an innocent. I went to a party, Mom. I remembered what you said. You told me not to drink, Mom, so I drank soda instead. I really felt proud inside, Mom, the way you said I would. I didn't drink and drive, Mom, even though the others said I should. I know I did the right thing, Mom. I know you are always right. Now the party is finally ending, Mom, as everyone is driving out of sight. As I got into my car, Mom, I knew I'd get home in one piece. Because of the way you raised me, Mom, so responsible and sweet. I started to drive away, Mom, but as I pulled out into the road, the other car didn't see me, Mom, and hit me like a load. As I lay there on the pavement, Mom, I hear the policeman say, "The other guy is drunk, Mom, and now I'm the one who will pay." I'm lying here dying, Mom. I wish you'd get here soon. How could this happen to me, Mom? My life just burst like a balloon. There is blood all around me, Mom, and most of it is mine. I hear the medics say, Mom, I'll die in a short time. I just wanted to tell you, Mom, I swear I didn't drink. It was the others, Mom. The others didn't think. He was probably at the same party as I. The only difference is he drank, and I will die. Why do people drink, Mom? It can ruin your whole life. I'm feeling sharp pains now, pains just like a knife. The guy who hit me is walking, Mom, and I don't think it's fair. I'm lying here dying, and all he can do is stare. Tell my brother not to cry, Mom. Tell Daddy to be brave. And when I go to heaven, Mom, put Daddy's girl on my grave. Someone should have told him, Mom, not to drink and drive. If only they had told him, Mom, I would still be alive. My breath is getting shorter, Mom. I'm becoming very scared. Please don't cry for me, Mom. When I needed you, you were always there. I have one last question, Mom, before I say goodbye. I didn't drink and drive, Mom, so why am I the one to die?
Ladies and gentlemen, drinking is never an okay thing to do. Yeah, you may have done it once or twice and nothing happened, but you never know when things will go differently. You are forced to face the consequences of your action, and you will live with that mistake for the rest of your life. People drink for all kinds of different reasons, like peer pressure, curiosity, just for fun, stress, neglect, family problems, abuse, both physically and mentally, just to be social or just to be trendy. All of these are easy excuses for us to drink, but there are other positive things to do to work off these negative influences. Please remember, never drink and drive, and please be responsible. Thank you.
Dang, Ray, about the time you got the guts to sneak out the house.
I know, I didn't know what I was missing.
I told you these parties would be fun, girl. You think you're gonna be dancing tonight?
Yeah, but just not smoking or drinking, I don't do that.
Ooh, you know who you sound like?
Who do I sound like?
You sound like this one girl. Her name is Angel Brady. Yeah, she should be here. Somebody call my name? Dude, what you doing here, girl? It'll never come out. Great.
Hey, can I get you anything? You want a drink or something?
No, thank you, I don't drink.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. Wait. How does it taste like?
I don't know. You want some?
I guess. Man, I didn't even know what I was missing. That was good.
So, what made you change your mind?
I don't know, curiosity, I guess. Let me have another one.
run out of complicated theories, so now I'm taking back my words. I'm preparing for the breakdown. Your t-shirt's lost its smell of you, and the bathroom's still a mess. Remind me why we decided this was for the best. Because I miss you, love. I miss you, love. I miss you, love. I miss you, love. I know the distance is a factor, but I stretch as often as I can. My goal is to reach your hands any day now. Please don't blame me for trying to fix this one last time. I have a hard time as it is, because I miss you, love. I miss you, love. I miss you, love. I miss you, don't act like you don't know me. It's still me, I never changed. I'll be here when you come back. I miss you. I miss you, love. I miss you, love. I miss you, love. I miss you.
Please welcome your superintendent, Eisenhower.
What did curiosity do to the cat? I don't want you guys to be curious. I want you to be smart. And I think you already are. You're juniors and you're seniors. Juniors for 3 years, seniors for 4 years. Your teachers, the administration, and the support staff here have given their time, their energy, their hearts, their knowledge to preparing you to go beyond Eisenhower High School, be college prepared, go out into this world, do good things to make a difference. And you can't do that on curiosity and making stupid mistakes. So take your index finger and make an S on your forehead. And then that stands for smart. Every time you think about drinking and driving, remember you have an S on your forehead and it stands for smart. It does not stand for stupid. 8.5 years I spent at Eisenhower High School. 5 of those years as principal. And I had my share of time in churches looking at caskets. The year before the summer that I became principal at Eisenhower High School, the Board of Education did one of the best things that could have ever happened to any high school in this country, mainly in the Inland Empire. They shut down Eisenhower High School during the lunch hour because, and you will remember, Mr. Cirillo, 5 kids, 10th graders, at lunchtime were in an accident, and a couple of them didn't wake up from the accident. And your Board of Education made a pledge then that never, ever, during a lunch hour, would they lose 16-year-olds. You're very, very special people. Some of you don't know it, because I've sat over here and I've watched your behavior, and a few of you aren't taking this seriously. You're not taking this seriously because you think it won't happen to you. I hope that you all reflect on what you've seen today, what you've heard today, and what you know is the right thing to do. That was never a bad choice, doing the right thing. And the right thing is, don't drink and drive, don't mess with drugs, because they can only devastate your life and the lives of people around you. Today when you go home, tell your mother today and your father how much you appreciate them and how much you love them, and thank them for rearing you to be a smart person and a person who may make the right choice because you love them and you appreciate what they've done for you. Seniors, I want to see every single one of you with your cap and gown on, marching, walking on the Eisenhower field on June 7th. That day, along with the day that you get married or the day you have your first child, is the most wonderful day in the world, and each of you deserves it because you passed the casing, you completed all your requirements for the district, and you're ready for the world. And I am going to be here to accept you out here into this world to help make a difference. Thank you so much.
Would you please welcome Fire Chief Steve Wells.
Thank you. It's an honor for me to be here this morning. And one of the things that prepared me to be the fire chief is that I graduated from Eisenhower High School in 1970. So indeed, it is an honor for me to be here this morning with you. I'd like to commend the Rialto Unified School District and the superintendent for hosting a program like this. One of the things during the course of my career is that I was a paramedic, and I went on too many calls that involved alcohol and driving. I would like to take the opportunity to introduce some folks that are with me this morning that continue to help people in the field. I don't get to do it as much as I would like to. And first in order here will be Battalion Chief Mike Peel. Chief Peel is also a graduate of Eisenhower High School. And on one of our paramedic engines this morning is Captain Nash Briones. Captain Briones is also a graduate of Eisenhower High School. Paramedic engineer Mark Brady. And firefighter paramedic Mark Polson. My message is brief. Don't drink. Don't do drugs. Live life safely. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. This time I'd like to introduce my boss, Chief Mark Clayton. Hello, everybody. How's it going? Okay, you know what I'm going to do to save time because it's kind of getting towards the end of this is I'm going to have all my staff stand up. They're in the back, they're over here in the front, they're here behind me. I just want you to know that I appreciate everything that they've done to put this program together. In addition to the KRTO folks from the city that has helped film this. And again, I appreciate it because what you have done today has helped us get to this point. But I've got a message, and unfortunately it's always a bad message, but listen, I want you to understand something. As a police officer, I'm a realist. And I want you all to understand what that means. So I get you to be really quiet really quick. Just be great. I generally don't put people on blast, because I really don't appreciate having to be put on blast myself. But here's the reality of today. The people in this gymnasium, and I'm going to speak to the people that haven't been paying attention. And I'm sorry to have to do this, but it's the people that need to hear this the most. It's not the people that got up here and read the poems. It's not the mother that lost her daughter in the emergency room. It's not the people that were affected by this. It's those of you that aren't taking it serious. And I'm going to push on blast. Because I've been sitting here for the last hour watching. And a lot of people are talking. You haven't been paying attention. So let me tell you what you missed. You missed today. You missed this experience. In the last hour, 4 times in the United States this has happened. In the next 24 hours, this is going to happen 96 times in the United States. Look around you in the rows that you're sitting in. Because this is going to happen to somebody in the row that is right next to you at some point in time in your life. Look around. It's going to happen. Use your attention for a second. I told you I'm a realist. I don't deliver great messages. But I'm going to deliver this to you. You have a choice today to stop it. You have a choice today to make a difference. But what's happened from last night to today is somebody in this gymnasium has used alcohol, has used drugs, and has gotten behind the wheel of a car, and you know that it's happened. Stop it. The superintendent talked about putting an S on your forehead and talking about smart choices. I'm going to tell you, put another S on your forehead and stop it. Again, I'm a realist. You have a choice today to make a difference, not just for yourself, your family, everybody else on the roadway that you're going to affect by making a choice, a stupid choice to drink and drive or use drugs and get behind the wheel. Now that's my message to you that haven't been paying attention. It's a strong message. You have a choice of going on and being productive in life, or as the speaker has said, you have a choice of spending the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years in prison. I wish you all the best of luck in your life. Do the right thing, have choices, don't drink and drive. Juniors and seniors, this is going to conclude the ceremony. However, before we can walk out of here, as you can imagine, it takes a lot of people, a lot of resources to put this together. Again, I can't thank my chief for allowing me to be able to be part of this. Our staff back there, Sergeant Bukowski and everyone that has helped out. Nash, Captain Nash, the fire department, and most importantly, Ed Herring and her staff have been very, actually been doing all this, preparing all this stuff here. It really helped out and put this together. I'd like to now ask Wanda Blue to come up here as we present with some roses to thank her for all her effort and to be here on that. I know she's going to we could have done this. Thank you very much, Wanda. Thank you.
Okay, before we step out, let's give a hand to Lieutenant Cirillo. Because participate and be a part of this program. At my previous school, I'll tell you right now, folks on the other end didn't put as much work in as he did throughout this whole event. He's had everything taken care of since the beginning. And I really appreciate it. Absolutely. So hopefully we all understood what this is all about and we put the time into it. And hopefully you got the message. We know there's some folks out there that did get the message. And for me, if it helps a few of you make better choices, I'll take that. In this business, we deal with very large numbers. I'll take whatever success we can get. We'd like 100% on this one, though.
My name is Charlene Shen. Here at Eisenhower, I like to be highly academic and I participate in sports like tennis, and I'm also on the varsity dance team. Currently I'm in ASB as junior class president, and I'm also co-president of FBLA. I like to dance, which is why I'm on the dance team, and I do enjoy helping others, like helping the community and doing community service. And I enjoy being in leadership positions and leading. First of all, of course, it's Jesus. And then it would be my family, like my parents and my friends. And if I was to list all of them, it would be more than 5. It would be to everyone, like, don't worry too much about me or don't mourn over me too much, because hopefully by like God's mercy and love, He'd accept me into heaven, and just in hopes of meeting again, try to just really serve the Lord and be faithful and just do good deeds and good things, and just love Him and love everyone. And so hopefully we can meet again. I love them a lot, and I thank them for everything, for always being there to support me in everything I do, and for trusting me and just taking care of me so lovingly. For the graduating class, I'd just like to say, take care of yourself and be safe, because don't do anything that can cost your life, such as drunk driving or anything else.
My name is Tatiana Amaya. I'm in ASB and I am also sophomore president. I'm in the club DECA. I play tennis, basketball, and track. And I'm in Eisenhower's first college academy. I like to read and write poetry and go to church. God, of course, first, my family, my friends, and my boyfriend. I would tell everyone who's in my life that I really appreciate them and I love them. I would tell them I love them and I'm in a better place, and you don't have to worry about me. I would tell them to be smart and be safe and make good decisions, because it'll affect them in the end.
My name is Marisol Velasco. At this school, I'm very involved. I'm the director of assemblies in ASB. I'm in the Link crew. I'm the Suburbans Club. I do sports. I have 3 years of soccer, varsity, and 1 year of tennis. I'm also in Key Club, this has been my 2nd year, and next year I'd be president. I like to do community service. I like to go shopping, spend time with my little sister. My 5 favorite people or things are God, my parents, my friends, my little sister Anna, and most importantly, my little cousin Ricky. The last thing I would say would be to my friends and my little sister Anna, it would be to live life with no regrets and know that people's actions have consequences, not just your actions, others around you. To my mom and dad, it would be, I love you guys. You guys are my world. Without you, I couldn't be here. And I know I'm not the perfect daughter, but I try. And even if I don't drink and drive, if I could stop somebody from doing it, I would do it. And I know that's influenced our family in the past. We've had drinking and driving issues, but I wouldn't do it myself, I promise you that. And if I was involved in an accident, it wouldn't have been my fault, but we all suffer. So if your friends, anybody does it, get them to stop. And I love you guys. For the seniors graduating this year, I tell them to be careful on anything you do, because they all have consequences, even if they're not your own actions. And stay safe, don't drink and drive, and even if you're not the one who's drinking and driving, influence your friends and your family not to do it, because you could stop it at any moment you want.
My name is Brianna Fisdale. I am on the varsity volleyball and softball team. I'm currently the ASB president. I'm president of the Subopens, which is the girls' honors club on campus. I'm part of the Elite Crew and internship. I like to shop, and I like spending time with my family and having Sunday dinners. My mom, my older brother Bernard, my 2 nephews, BJ and Taiwan, and my boyfriend Will. I tell my mom how much I love her and that she's my best friend, and no matter what we've said to one another, I look up to her most. She's my best friend, and sometimes I regret that it took till senior year for us to get so close and for me to open up to her, but that she's always been the person I've depended on most, always coming to my games and always being there for me. I appreciate it. To always think before you do anything. Your actions always affect someone else, so make sure that what you do is safe for someone else also.
My name is Edward Wembes. I'm a senior at the school. I'm in ASB. I play soccer. I'm involved in the Link Crew. I like to eat, play soccer, hang around with my cousins, and sleep. My mom, my sister, my brother, my cousin, and my aunt.
Bryant Rankin. A lot of things. I'm in ASB. I'm the manager for swimming and water polo. I'm in Link Crew, and I was in drama production. I like acting, hanging out with my friends, eating, going to church. My mom, my dad, my sisters, my brothers, and my friends. I would tell them not to be sad. I would tell them to be happy. It's okay to cry for a little bit, but after a while, life just goes on. Don't party too much and be safe.
Jalissa Hernandez. I play soccer. I like going to the mall, talking on the phone, spending time with my family, and reading. I'm involved in DECA, in NHS, and the girls' varsity soccer team. I'm in ASB, the Associated Student Body, and also Subopens, an all-girl club. My 5 favorite things is definitely my mom, my boyfriend Caesar, my playing soccer, my baby cousin Ivan, and my grandfather. The last thing I would say is that I love my family very much, and I just hope they remember all the things I've accomplished throughout my life. I would tell them not to drink and drive because the consequences are worse than just that moment of having fun, and to just think about the consequences of their actions, of what it could lead to, and everything that could happen, everything that could go wrong.
My name is Osman Hamidzada. My hobbies, I like to hang out with my friends, read, watch TV, build computers. At Eisenhower, I'm part of the FBLA, which is Future Business Leaders of America. It's a club, and I'm on the water polo team. I would have to say my family, my mom, my brother, my sister, my dad, they're really big help in my whole life, and my best friend Kevin, he used to come here, but he went to Victorville. The 5 greatest people in my life are like my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, and my best friend Kevin. They've always been there for me no matter what. I would thank my mom for everything she's done for me, and I tell all my friends to keep on keeping on. Yeah, you guys, seniors, graduation, don't drink and drive. It's not cool. People die all the time, and that's not cool. I'd have to tell my mom that I'm sorry for all the things I've put her through and all my shenanigans that she's had to suffer, but that I love her so much and I would do anything for her.